recorded, so I will post this on our Blackboard
Okay.
Site later on.
Yeah.
Just so people are aware. Yeah, I think anytime you want to get started, you can go right ahead. So I'll just start off by here saying thank you all for attending, and thank you, Shahpour, for agreeing to come talk to us. So I'll have you introduce yourself.
Sure.
And go from there, and we'll have you speak, and then hopefully we'll have some good questions following that.
Okay, sure. Thanks, Al, for inviting and preparing this information session. As you know, my name is Shahpour Alirezaee, and I'm the coordinator for B Eng Tech Mechatronics program at the University of Windsor. So we have started this program around 3 years ago, and I have just a very quick presentation, and hopefully I can address all the questions that you might have, and then after the presentation you can ask all the questions. So let me just jump to the presentation and introduce the whole Bachelor of Engineering, and then focus on mechatronics program that we have. So do you see my screen now?
Yes, we do.
Okay, thank you. So first I'm going to have a kind of introduction to our overall Bachelor of Engineering Technology, which we call B Eng Tech program. And we talk about the program admission requirements, and then focusing on mechatronics stream, the courses, the length, and the details of the program, and how to apply, and the tuition fees and all. So our Bachelor of Engineering Technology, which is a kind of unique in Canada, I guess we have a couple of more in maybe possible Thunder Bay or McMaster. They have such a program, and the program is basically focusing on just preparing a pathway for college graduates or those graduates from other university degrees like a science or other disciplines to just get their Bachelor of Engineering Technology diploma. So we have launched this program around 10 or 11 years ago, and we have had 3 basic streams, and then we developed the mechatronics stream, and then right now we are focusing on biomedical stream. So there are many reasons that our students or applicants are looking for having this type of engineering technology diploma. So some of our students are interested to get their engineering diploma to have their university degree diploma, and then possibly continue their masters or get their PhD. So at this time we have many of our students graduated from this program, or general BTech programs. They are just finishing their masters, or maybe they already finished their master's degree. Some people just for having a kind of better job opportunities, having a little bit wider scope of the job, and having more opportunities, they're gonna continue their education. And for some of our students, it was very important to get this diploma, as they were trying to work in the US, and for crossing the border, they needed to have an engineering degree. So with their college degree diploma, they couldn't, or it was very difficult to get their, visa. But after this, they were okay to get their visa very quickly, easily, and that's the motivation for some of our students. So basically, the first cohort that we started were 100% from the industry, We had, people from different industries, Ford, Valiant, and Chrysler. We had students, so they had the issue with the crossing the border, so it was good for them after this degree. So there are many reasons that you can continue your Bachelor of Engineering Technology diploma, getting this diploma. So the overall requirement for the program is you should have either a 3-year Canadian College Technology diploma, or you should have a kind of science or math or physics diploma, 4 years, or possibly for mechatronic stream, we had some exceptions for those 2-year diploma, which had at least maybe 3-4 years of related working experience. They could be admitted to the program as well. So that's a kind of only exceptions for those who have the lack of the diploma, possibly 2-year, and with some considerations we could equivalent their just that lack of 1 year to their 4 or 5 years of experience related to this field. So in general, we need the 3-year diploma or 4-year science or physics math diploma or any other related programs that are at least 3 years in length. In terms of the requirements, we need the GPA of above 70%. For international, we have 80% of GPA. It has to be more than that. And all these requirements you can see on the website and the university website, and you can see most of you need a minimum of 70% of the GPA plus minimum of 3 years diploma, or either a 4-year science or any bachelor degree, which is kind of related to the engineering. So far, as I mentioned, we started this BTech program 10 or 11 years ago with the general stream. Then we developed the program for mechanical, then civil, and in 2017, we started the first cohort of our mechatronic program, and we started that. And so far, we have graduated 3 cohorts from the program. Most of our students so far have been from the industry, but in the recent years, we had a kind of mix of industry person and the fresh students. So we had half from the college fresh student and half from the industry. So that's the kind of demographic population in our program. And so nowadays, now we are working on developing a new Eng Tech, which is biomedical stream, which is coming possibly this summer. We start this stream possibly this summer. So my main focus would be on the mechatronics stream. So I have here a very simple definition of mechatronics. I know you all know about the mechatronics. So it's a kind of integration of electrical, mechanical, control systems, computers. So if you are in this field, you have to know a little bit or maybe comprehensive overall information from electrical and mechanical. And you should have knowledge of computers, controls engineering. And here we integrate all these skills through the courses that we offer. There are many jobs for this field of engineering, anything from robotics, medical. There are many applications in biomedical engineering, in transportation, in auto industry, in many areas. In controls, there are many job opportunities. And specifically you as a mechatronics engineer should have a kind of knowledge of all mechanical, electronics, electrical, instrumentations, controls, and the software as well. So the courses that we have, there are in all of our BTech programs, we have a core of 15 courses. Some of programs may have more than 15 courses. In our mechatronics stream, we have these 15 courses. As you see, some of these courses are very basic, like applied engineering, math, engineering economics. These are general courses that any BTech students should take these ones. But we have some specific courses on signals and systems, on vision systems, on robotics and artificial intelligence and engineering measurements, control theory. And we have tried to have just valuable courses that can integrate all the knowledge that you need for this field of engineering. So in total, we have these 15 courses, but you should be able to take further courses. Sometimes students like to be eligible for the PEng after their degree. That's going to be maybe 3 to 4 further extra courses you should take, or you can just apply after that and for the PEng, and then they're going to ask you for I guess 3 or 4 courses extra to take. In terms of the program length and the duration, as you see, we have 5 courses, and in the university we have 3 semesters in a year. So if you're a full-time student and you can take 5 courses per semester and hopefully pass all the courses, you should be done by 1 year. But to be on a safe side, I can say 4 semester, which is going to be 1 full year plus 1 semester. You should be able to easily finish your program. And the other thing about this mechatronics stream specifically, as we started this program for the working, professionals, people who already working or who have some jobs at the moment, all the courses we offer either on Saturdays or after hours. I mean, after 5:30 p.m. we have all the courses, so we don't have any classes during the weekdays, hours that you might have a kind of job or something. So hopefully 1 full year or possibly 4 semester easily you can finish all the courses. In terms of eligibility for OSAP, as long as you meet the OSAP requirements, you can apply for the OSAP. And in terms of tuition fees, there is a difference between the international and the domestic, but for the tuition fee estimator, you can refer to this link, and it's going to give you a kind of number that you should expect to see as your in terms of your tuitions. If I can say a kind of rough number, it's going to be, this is not the exact number, but it should be for the whole program, it should be something in the range of 16,000 or 17,000 in that range for the whole program. But again, it depends on your if you are international, it's a different story. Just you can refer to this fee estimator, and this is going to give you the approximate money you need to invest for your education. In terms of the applications, again, you have to refer to ouac.on.ca that you apply for any university colleges, and then when you applied, typically I ask the applicants to send me their ID and the contact information to just expedite their admission process. if there is a kind of issue, I should contact the applicants to see whether sometime we have seen some students who have a kind of a little bit lack of GPA, and we can decide on their applications if they have some issues. And then when you get their admission, you can start the program. For the next intake, hopefully I prefer to start the September, but if we have enough number of applicants, we can have starting of summer as well. But again, for sure, next intake is going to be our fall 2021, the starting date. And I guess this is all for me, and thank you for your attention, and I hope to be able to address all your questions. If you have any questions, I would be happy to answer.
All right, well, thank you.
Thank you.
So if people have questions, they should go ahead and either put up your hand or just go ahead and speak.
Yes.
I have some questions, but I'll let other people jump in first.
Sure, go ahead. So I'm ready. Go ahead.
Okay, I'll start it off then.
Okay, thank you.
If a student, because we are in a situation now where we don't have our 3-year program running yet, so the graduates from our robotics program would have their 2-year diploma. So I'm trying to think of if there's any viable paths for our students immediately to apply to this. So what about if a student has a 2-year diploma, but they do have a degree or a diploma from an international institution?
Yes, this is going to be special cases. If we have had some cases like this, that they graduated from the college and then they had the kind of diploma or engineering degree or science degree from somewhere else. So we can consider these two and accept them to the program. But again, the GPA is just another issue. So they should meet their GPA requirements for their back home diploma.
Okay, so it's
but
possible.
These are specific cases that we have to consider one by one and decide on the cases. I'm not the only one who can answer, but I'm the one who can recommend the student, the applicant, for the admission. But the university may look at the recommendation if it's a kind of reasonable or something that we can justify the admission. They're going to give them the admission, but this is possible.
Okay. Looking at the courses there's a lot of things that line up with things that we've done in our program.
Yes.
Now I'm sure they're at a much higher level, being at their university level as opposed to the college level. So much more theoretical, whereas we're much more hands-on. What are the difficult courses that students struggle with?
Okay, let me go back. It's a good question. Typically, as you mentioned, Al, this is the main difference of the university and the college. So you shouldn't expect, to be honest, you shouldn't expect that much of, hands-on to, or let's say here we have introduction to robotics. So I'm sure maybe you had 3 or 4 courses in this, maybe aspects if you finished maybe electromechanical or degrees in college. So it's more focused on theory, and the most maybe difficult courses that we have seen so far, as the theory side is very difficult for the students, and when we start with the applied mathematics, most of the students are having a lack of specifically differential equation. Then we have that warm up with the applied engineering mathematics. We have signals and systems, which is a kind of very moderate course, but the course that I've seen, they have a little bit issue is control theory. But again, you have had maybe such a similar courses in your program, but here you may have more of differential equation, Laplace transformations. And lots of theory here, while we have some, in most of courses we have obviously labs, but at the moment all our courses are online, and we have no courses at this time since last year with a lab. So if there is a lab, we have to handle it online using the software or the tools that we have. But to answer your question, the difficulty is mostly coming from the math. So the students having the issue with their mathematics, the differential equations, the derivatives, the integrals, and for that reason they have some issues in some courses which are having a little bit of high volume of math, specifically control theory. But the rest of the courses, like artificial intelligence, is a good course, and they shouldn't have that much of a difficulty with that. So I don't see that much of difficulty. Just the only concern is about their math, and hopefully if they finish their first semester in a good shape, hopefully they don't have any specific issues. And when we go to the second semester, it's going to be the hardest semester that we have. But the third and fourth semester, or the last 5 courses, are much easier than the basic courses, I believe.
Okay. Has a decision been made at the university for the fall as to what the delivery will be for the fall?
For the summer, for sure, no classes, but they are preparing the university for the fall to be partly online. So it's partially online, partially if we can handle the course online. They recommend to be online, but there are some of the courses that they need to have a kind of lab. So they want to start with those courses. So they are prioritizing some courses. So it's going to be fall. At this time, the plan is to be half online, half in person. And they are preparing the labs, all the facilities that they need for the situation. And as far as I know, they plan for the fall to have half, but who knows?
Okay. All right. So if a student were to complete this program and graduate,
yes.
So they have their Bachelor of Engineering Technology. What is the differences between that and the regular 4-year Bachelor of Applied Science engineering degree?
So it's a good question. So first, basically, both they received their bachelor's degree, but this is a technology more, or maybe a little bit more hands-on, and that's more scientific and science involved in that program. And that program is accredited program. This program has not been accredited so far. So for the PEng specifically, for the other program, they directly can apply for the PEng if they are interested for the professional engineering. But for us, they may ask you for taking 2 to 3, some cases, depending on your marks, possibly 4 extra courses to be eligible for that one. But in terms of diploma, you have the same option, so they can continue their education to master's, PhD. You can do the same if you meet the requirements. So I cannot say they are the same, but we typically polish these courses to be a little bit of more hands-on and a little bit of more on the practice, not that much of theory. Even in our courses, we try to have more of hands-on, not that much of theory.
Okay. All right. How about anyone else with some questions? All right. I got someone. Adam.
Yeah, I have one question about this. It's a mechatronic course, but I didn't see any electronics course here. Are you going to teach within the mechatronic, the electronic part?
The electrical courses, you mean, right?
No, I'm talking about electronic part, electronic courses.
Uh, Typically, we consider you have a little bit of background in the field. So if you're coming to the mechatronics stream, you must have a little bit of background. At least you should have a degree in either electronics, electromechanical, and you have those fundamental knowledges. Okay, we expect you to have that fundamental knowledges. And then in our mechatronic courses, one course which is here, let's go back. So there are some electrical courses, electrical, fundamentals that we focus on. Mechatronic course, which is the last course that you see here.
Yeah.
In a part of that course, we have a little bit of, introduction to electrical systems, but we expect the students to have that background. If you have no background of electrical, it's going to be a little bit difficult. So, and in mechatronics, there are two approaches. So some universities are focusing on the mechanical side. Some universities are focusing on the electrical side. So our program is more on the electrical side, and the program is in electrical engineering department. So for our specific program, we expect the students to have basic knowledge of electrical to start the program. So this pathway of mechatronics that typically electrical department have this, these type of, mechatronics programs in their department is more on the electrical side. But if you look at the other universities, they may focus on the mechanical side. So they have the different courses basically, and their focus and intention is more on the mechanical systems. So to answer your question, we don't have that much of courses in electrical, and the expectation is you to have basic knowledge of electrical as we need in the program. But if you,
there is another course, energy conversion systems. Are you going to cover like electrical machines, control?
Yes, exactly. I want to exactly. You mentioned the exact point. So look, the energy conversion systems is the same electromechanical systems or electric machines that's or AC or DC machines. This is one course. Okay. Yeah. The other course is here we have control theory, which is a kind of our typical course in electrical system engineering. Yeah. So if you look at these 15 courses, we have 5 or 6 courses exactly coming from our electrical department, the courses that the other, and 2 or 3 courses are coming from our mechanical, and the rest are the new courses that we design. So there are some courses that we address, some, or the other course which is having that feature is engineering measurement. So it's again, it's kind of course that can be in that aspect, but typically we expect you to have that knowledge when you start this program. Oh, Al, I guess your mic is muted.
How about Adam Martin?
Hi, thank you. I have 2 questions. The first, I'm going to be a first-year student at St. Clair College this fall, taking the robotics,
good.
The 3-year advanced.
That's great.
I was curious, because I haven't selected my courses yet, are there any additional mathematical courses that you recommend I take while a St. Clair student in order to benefit myself as a engineering student for the university?
Yeah, that's a good question. As I mentioned, most of the issues that we have here is with your math and the knowledge of math that we need. If you can focus in your degree a little bit more on the differential equation, specifically integrals, derivatives, and also possibly on Laplace transformation, if there are any courses that cover these type of topics, it's going to be great. But in our first semester of starting the program, as you see here, I have the applied engineering mathematics course, the second course that you see on the slide here. In that course we have a refreshment of math, and we start focusing on the basic of integrals, derivatives, and focusing more on the differential equations. So if there is any class or any way to just focus on that aspect of the mathematics, specifically differential equations, is very important for us. But we try to address most of the needs that you need for your courses in this applied engineering mathematics, and hopefully you're not going to have issues. And I should mention that we had several students coming from different colleges, but your students are strong. I believe I didn't have any specific issues with the St. Clair College students. Even we had students who graduated like 10, 15 years ago, and they were okay to so it was good for me. The students were strong enough. But the fresh students that we had, they were good, I believe.
The EET program, the math path that they take is very strong, and the 3-year program for robotics will set you up well for that as well. You will be doing differential equations and Laplace transforms.
Yeah, exactly. We didn't have any issues with them, and they were good for the applied mathematics. For them was easy, but as we had some students who just finished their colleges 20 years ago or 25 years ago, so for them it was very, very difficult. But if you are fresh graduate from the college, specifically St. Clair College, we didn't have any issues with them.
Okay.
Sorry,
some more questions.
I just had one more question.
Yeah. Sorry.
Still Adam.
Yes.
So the program offered by St. Clair, the robotics program, obviously it has an emphasis on industrial robotics and industrial automation. And I was just curious if the mechatronics stream that's offered in the Eng Tech degree, if there will be any type of focus on robotics that are non-industrial.
Yes, exactly. The point is you are, let's say focus on 2 examples that we have. We have here industrial introduction to robotics. So you might have different robotics course. In your course, you exactly jump to work with the kind of robot, and you can easily work with the robot. But here you focus on the fundamentals of the robotics. And the robot is not just that the robot is sitting in your lab. So we focus on the overall autonomous systems, the any type of autonomous systems. And even if we focus on the robot itself, we focus on how to design that maybe robot, how to have that movement, or how to control the the arms. But in terms of the your courses, you just focus on how to apply these robots. So you are perfect in let's say if I give you the FANUC robot, you can easily program that. But we focus on that side, how to design the controller, how to have those movements, or not specifically those type of static robots, possible autonomous vehicles, underwater vehicles, or those type of robotic systems. Or in control theory or in industrial controls, you may have skills in PLC, you may be great in PLC programming, but in here we focus on how to design a control systems. how to design a feedback, closed loop control systems, how to find the transformations or those type of things. So it's 100% different than what you expect to see, and here needs a little bit more of the equations, mathematics, and as I mentioned, our fundamental course should be the applied engineering mathematics in this aspect.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, who else has questions? Okay, Vikash has one in the chat.
Okay.
Can you see the chat?
Let me find that. Yes. Okay, here is the chat.
So he's asking, actually it's for me, he's asking if it's possible to take the third year diploma after a gap of 2 to 3 years as opposed to a 1 year. Yes, there will likely be a path for that. We don't know how it is defined yet, though. Okay, so we are coming up with pathways for graduates that finish with our 2-year program, how they can come back and do a third year to do our 3-year program. So we are coming up with solutions for how students can do that, but we don't have them defined yet. But we are trying to. We know that there's a big demand for that, and we're trying to find ways to make that work. But yes, you wouldn't have to go into it right away. You could come back after a gap of 2 or 3 years. Yes. All right. More questions. Who else has a question? Adam again.
Hello.
Go ahead.
Aditya.
Okay, sorry about that. I thought I heard somebody else speak.
Oh, Aditya. So go Adam again, please.
Sorry. Last question. I didn't get the chance to see about the career opportunities in the slideshow there for the mechatronics stream. And my aspirations are to get into more of the space sector of robotics. And I was just curious if you thought with this engineering degree, if that would be a good pathway to get into the space sector.
I believe, with the mechatronics, you have a kind of flexibility to move in many aspects. So specifically with our program, which is more on the electrical side and more focusing on the electrical side, you can focus on that aspects of the engineering. So we had a couple of, interest from our even students who graduated from our aerospace program, and they got their mechatronics program after their graduation. So with the courses that you see here, you should be able to maybe move to that direction as well, I believe.
Perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Go ahead, Aditya.
Hello. Actually, I have a question for Alan.
Okay.
So, do you guys going to conduct the third year program for the one who are graduating this year in the September intake or later?
We would like to be able to run something in September, but we don't know if we're going to be prepared to do that or not. So we don't know at this point. We would like to have something we're trying to get something as soon as we can.
Yeah.
But we're not sure if September is realistic or not.
Yeah, because some of my fellow students have just completed their 12th in India, and I think we cannot go for the BTech as sir told us that if we have any bachelor's degree or diploma degree from India, but some of us don't. We just have a 12th
Understand.
school graduation.
I understand. Okay. Other questions, please?
One more question.
Yeah.
Actually, does the university provide us any co-op or any anything with the industry, means internships?
The program itself does not have the co-op, but you can apply for the co-op. So co-op is the thing that the students should apply, and if you get the co-op from any industry, you can join the industry and then come back, finish your degree after that. So the co-op is like this. So you should find we don't have a kind of guaranteed co-op for you. You should apply for that, and if you get the kind of offer from the industry, you can go to the co-op and come back to the university to finish your degree.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Any other questions? If there are no other questions, then we will end here.
Okay.
And we will say thank you very much to our guest for coming out today. This has been a great information.
Sure. Thank you.
Session.
Thanks for you prepared this great opportunity for me, and thanks everybody who joined this session. And if whenever you feel you have students, even I can manage a kind of private meeting with them online.
Okay.
Or if you can arrange any other course like information sessions anytime. This semester is basically my off semester, so I would be okay at any time. Most of the times I'm free, basically.
I will make an announcement saying that there is a possibility for students from our two-year graduating.
Yes.
The two-year graduates, if they have a degree or diploma from India with an existing high average, that might be a possibility.
That's going to be a good possibility, yes.
And that will drum up some interest as well, and that might drive another information session.
Yeah, that's fine. You let me know anytime.
Okay.
And, again, always you support.
Okay.
Our programs, always. I appreciate all.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for putting this on. This has been really very good.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
You take care.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Have a good day. Take care.
All right. So everybody.
Everybody take care. Bye.
I am stopping the recording, and I will post this up on Blackboard for everybody to